Hello everyone, my name is Katie Crowdis. This is my data analysis protocol for AEP 858. Before we look at the protocol, we're going to take a look at three separate team member roles that are important to keep everything running smoothly. It holds people accountable, and they also kind of focus the group. The first one is a facilitator. This person goes over the group norms, clarifies roles for the group. They keep the group on task. They encourage everyone to participate, and they also protect the participants and the participants' ideas from attack. They contribute their own data and ideas, as well as clarifying next steps if needed. The next job we have is the recorder. The main purpose of this person is to type everything that the members say during different phases of the protocol. They will also contribute their own ideas and data. The timekeeper supports the facilitator while also contributing their own data. They also are in charge of monitoring time. Here is my protocol. There are 6 phases. Phase 1 is make predictions. Phase 2, process data. Phase 3, make observations. Phase 4, identify root causes and possible solutions. Phase 5, create an action plan. And Phase 6 is reflect and debrief. We will look at each of these phases throughout this PowerPoint. Phase 1 is make predictions about data. Before looking at the chosen data and before discussing with your team, you are to write down predictions about what you think the data might contain. You can use sentence starters such as I predict, or I assume, or I'm wondering. Now, before you share out with the group, you do this all independently, and it's really to activate that prior knowledge by making assumptions and writing down just things that you are thinking at that time. Like I said, after you kind of reflect independently, then you will share out as a group and the recorder will type responses. Phase 2 is process the data. This is when you will look at the data privately. There will be no talking during this time, and it's a time for you to make notes about the data. You can calculate like averages of a class. If you have certain amount of kids that are in a lower section, you could do some calculations. You can highlight, you can reorganize the information that in any way that you want that would help you best understand and are able to process the data. Step 3, you will make observations. Here you will engage with the data, so the data will be passed out or you'll be able to access it. You'll write down facts and only facts that you are able to observe when looking at the data. You will make statements about quantities or anything that you notice in the information. You can also reflect on the data independently, and then you will share out as a group. The recorder will again write down all observations into the shared document. I have included a couple more sentence starters. You could say things like, I noticed 50% of the students blank. I was surprised, or the pattern here is, or I've noticed a trend. Phase 4 is identifying root causes and possible solutions. This you will start independently, and then you will again go into working as a team. The independent part, you will generate possible explanations for the observations and find where the focus needs to be. Then as a group, you will identify the root causes. There are many categories that root causes can fall under: instruction, curriculum, assessment, teacher preparation, equity, critical supports, and learner environment. Then you will share out as a group, and the recorder will write down your responses. Some sentence starters could be, it seems, I believe the data suggests, and then because, or we may need to focus on. Phase 5 is create an action plan. As a team, you will create a formal plan with specific goals, ways to monitor progress, and evidence that will tell that the goal was achieved. So here is just a little table. It shows the goal, the steps needed to achieve that goal, monitoring how you will monitor progress throughout this process, and then what evidence you have that shows the goal was achieved, and then a time frame that you would like this goal to be completed. Phase 6 is reflect and debrief. As a group, reflect on the process of the analysis protocol. You can discuss these questions: what worked today? What should we improve on? And how will this help our students? This part often seems to be forgotten, but it is a very important part because it's how you can build those relationships. I believe teacher reactions. Teachers could be overwhelmed by this large task. It does take a long time to analyze data correctly, and I feel like it could be overwhelming for teachers. I feel like if we show the importance and the benefits of data-driven dialogue, the teachers, it will create buy-in for all teachers. The last thing that we're going to talk about is adapting the protocol. This protocol can be used in small group and larger group settings. However, it is more effective in a smaller group setting. Thank you so much.